Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are playing Conan Exiles, and I just want to share a few tips and tricks with you guys on how I like to play, and maybe you guys will like to give it a try too and see how it works out for you. So first thing we do is we start off in the desert, and what we want to do is go and find some bush to scavenge. Now you get your plant fibers, and then from there you can also create your clothing, which you're going to need in this harsh environment. And also, as you're going along, look for small little stones like this and just collect them as well, because right now you cannot mine until you create yourself a pickaxe. So we'll grab little stones, and we'll also look out for little branches. Now we might be able to start crafting now, so I have started playing. I'm just started from the beginning to show you guys how it's all done. So what you want to do with your plant fibers here is craft your first little set of clothing. So what we're going to do is do that now. Just craft at least one of each, and those will auto equip to our man or woman, and we will be at least a little bit more able to survive the harsh environment that we are in. As you will see down here, you can make a stone hatchet, stone pickaxe, and a sword and a club. So for the pickaxe you will need obviously branches and stones, same with the hatchet, and those are obviously used to gather your materials. Alright, so as you can see, our clothes are being equipped. We want to start heading in and head towards, oh, there's a branch and more branches. So we want to head inwards. This guy is pretty scary. Right. Head inwards to this big rocky area here. If we were to look at our map, as you can see, these are all the starting locations. We want to head inwards to this river, and from there we're going to go exploring and obviously start a little base, maybe find a few friends. It's all up to how you play. So that's where we're heading. We will head over this way, and yeah. So I might have enough sticks now to create a hatchet and a pick. We'll start crafting those, and then we'll be able to start chopping down trees and mining rocks. This server has a safe zone, so everything south of the river is a safe area to build. There's no raiding, no attacking each other, and as you can see, people spend a hell of a lot of time putting effort into these areas. So this is what you can do, just by spending time building what you love. Not going to go in there because it's obviously somebody's house. So a little tip is if you are getting thirsty, which we're about halfway thirsty, you want to jump into the ocean, and you can dive down. That will instantly replenish your thirst. So you can also craft a little drinking thing here, but it requires hide, which you need to kill animals with. You need to kill animals to get, and twine, which I will also show you how to do once we get out of the water. Okay, so now to create twine, what you want to do is you want to have your plant fibers, which we collected earlier. Click on your twine. We'll use 3 plant fibers. You'll be able to craft lots of 10, or as many as you possibly can, or just 1. So for example, I will show you crafting 7. As you can see, it's working away there, and those can go towards building things like bone shields here, bow and arrows, wooden shields here. Oh, heard him trotting along. So now we're heading a bit north of the water. So this is where, in this server, the safe zone ends. But what we're going to do, what I like to do, is find a nice safe spot to settle down in, build a little hut, get your gear sorted, level up quite a little bit, and then go adventuring into the wilderness and find a good spot to settle down and just build and survive. Okay, now we've found ourselves a little spot. What you got to do, equip your axe, start chopping down trees like so. Gather yourself some wood. Okay, and then to mine, you want to equip your pickaxe and just start going ham. Pick up these little bits of rock that are lying around. Find more rock. Oh god. Flee! We are not at that stage yet that we can fight that alligator. Let's go to a safer place. So just start mining. As you can see, I'm now encumbered, which means that I can hardly move. If I do move, it uses a lot of my stamina. So whilst we've got this happening, I might show you guys how I spend my points. Now, I like to focus on 4 key things, and those key things are strength, agility, vitality, and encumbrance. Now, strength is obviously the same in most games. As you can see, these are new to Conan. This wasn't around last time I was playing. So as you can see, once we get to a certain level now, you gain the skill of thuggery. Every blow you strike with a Trocian deals 100% more concussive damage. Now that is to gather your thralls, which is something that you will learn a lot later. I might do another video on that kind of stuff. So strength is one of my main focuses. Agility, I definitely recommend putting some time and effort into, because the longer you can run, the better you can maneuver around your enemies. It's always the best thing to do. I highly recommend putting a lot into agility. Vitality is your health. Once again, highly recommend that. The more health you have, the better you're going to last out in the wild. And encumbrance, the more you can carry. That's pretty much it. The more you can carry is better. When you're out there getting iron, you want to invest a lot into this so that you can carry more back instead of making more trips. I do spend the odd points on survival, grit, and accuracy, but I don't usually use too many ranged weapons in this game. I like to get up and close, and I will show you how I get into combat later. So for now, I highly recommend putting your points into strength, agility, vitality, and encumbrance. Okay, now one of the other first things you should do is when you get your levels up, you will get unspent points here, and then if you go into feats, you will also have unspent points there too. So I would recommend straight away unlocking the Apprentice Mason. This will let you build your basic house foundations. I would also recommend getting stone tools, at least a campfire, and the warrior stuff. So your swords and your clubs, because you want to at least fight. You want to get that hide, which you're going to have to use to craft better armor. So to begin with, you want to start by getting these bare necessities. It will help you get to where you want to be, and then from there you can start going into the more expert areas. You got your iron tools and steel, and then legendary. What else have we got? Hardened steel. There's a whole bunch of things now. Cool. So we are encumbered now. So what we want to do is just start crafting our basic foundations. So you're going to use a sandstone foundation, and most likely walls. I would highly recommend putting no windows in your things, because depending on what server you're on, you might get people looking for your windows and able to pinch your stuff. Trust me, it has happened to me. Don't let it happen to you. So foundations, all of them cost different requirements. So as you can see, we can craft about 9 foundations. So let's craft one of those, 2 of those, and a couple of walls. And I will just show you how to do them. So attach your foundation. Now I like building higher up above the grass, because you don't want to build your thing on the ground and have grass showing through. So find a spot where you can maybe build it into a tree, like so. Okay, so build it into a tree. There you go, placed it down. Come up here, put your pickaxe on, and just start chopping down that tree. Awesome. Now that tree's not going to spawn. You also don't have to worry about the tree growing back or grass popping through your thing. Cool. Always put an entrance in. Your little sandstone stairs. So easy as, where are we going to put it? I'm using this place as a really bad example, but here you go. We can get rid of this. No, too late, already done. Okay. Now I should have crafted a wall? No, I didn't. Okay. Now this house is something I've already pre-built with a few friends of mine. It's just our little shack before we go out into yonder. So let me show you how walls go up. Okay. So you have your wall. You have your outer face and your inner face. Now the inner face shows all the framing, so you want to make sure that you put that on the inside and have the outer face obviously on the outside. So you can switch that by scrolling through, but you definitely, like I said, want to have the outer face facing the outside and just place. Easy. There you go. So let me show you what we've already built. As you can see, it's not that flash. It's doing us until we get to the skill that we can get better levels to go out into the wilderness, and here we are. So you definitely want to craft bedrolls. Now bedrolls will be somewhere that you can respawn instead of dying and going straight back to the beginning of the desert. So bedrolls are awesome. You definitely want to be doing them. There's 3 for us because there's 3 of us, and here's one of my guys just sleeping in the furnace, which is great. Good on him. Okay. Now crafting little boxes is a good way to store all your rubbish and also stuff that you need, clearly, like twine and wood. And I think one of our guys has gone quite good on just the old scavenging, trying to get what he can. So as you can see there, we have a few spare parts. Same here. Now we use them just to store, obviously. One of the other first things you're going to want to do once you've crafted your thing, your house, sorry, is build a furnace. Now that furnace can turn stone and iron into bricks. The iron's going to be handy later on for your iron weapons. You're definitely going to want to do that. So build a furnace first thing. Now to get this started, you drag your rock into the furnace, put at least some wood. Wood does burn, it's going to disappear, so we just, looks like somebody's chucked a lot of wood into there. And you turn it on. And as you will see down here, we've got stone bricks forming. Okay, so easy. It just tells you up here how to do it, and then shows you down the bottom, and this number here, it's slowly going up. Cool. So we'll let that happen. Now over here, this is another one of the, you have to unlock this. So the, where is it? Armor. Here we are. So by unlocking the armorer, you then get the armorer's bench, which makes you able to craft light armor, medium armor, and then heavy armor. They all take different requirements, sorry. So as you can see, heavy armor takes iron bars, leather, and horns, because it has horns on it. This one here, iron bars, leather, and the heavy chest padding. For now, we're just going to craft some light armor, and which only requires hide. And then you can also craft medium armor, which takes less iron, less leather, but it's still pretty good. Alright, so we'll just craft some of that and be right back. Sweet, so now we've crafted some light armor. I've noticed that I'm getting quite hungry, so I'm just going to get rid of this putrid meat. And add some wood, add some feral flesh, and start cooking that, so that I can take my get rid of my hunger and slowly heal up a little bit too. Just let that happen a few times. Alright, maybe one more time and then we won't. Or two more. I'm just going to let it keep cooking too. Now meat does expire, so just make sure if you're cooking it you're not going to waste it all. But there is plenty of it around. I'm also thirsty, going to take a dive. So let's just need some stone to be able to craft a new sword. Okay, let's craft a new sword. There we are. Next tip, what you want to do is when you're on the map, you want to be able to mark locations. Now, to mark locations, you can right click, choose the image that you want, and then name it house. Done. There we are. So now we're going to know on this huge map where our house location is, no matter what. I would highly recommend doing this for resources as well. Now for resources, for instance, let's say there's coal or iron over here. We right click, we can choose the rock, which obviously resembles that. We'd write iron, and done. Cool. So that's that. Make use of this map, mark as much as you can. Make sure that you are doing it, because it will help you remember where things are, and especially if you're going adventuring out, you might want to, well, you will be able to see where things are and remember, oh, okay, that's how I got there, that's how I did this. It's really handy. So let's just remove that, because there's obviously nothing there. Delete. Delete. It's not wanting to work. Let's show you how I do battle. Okay, so let's equip a new sword. Let's get into this fight with this alligator. I'm going to target him by pushing Q, and then I'm going to circle around him like so. He's not going to be able to attack me. Oh, I lied. Combo it up, do light hit, light hit, light hit, hard hit. I find that's a good way to do it. But by circling around your target's not going to be able to grab onto you or hit you. You might get the odd hit in, but at least you won't get fully. I see you got me a little bit there. And wow. Okay. Spawn at the bedroll. I killed him, he killed me. Okay. No idea how that happened. Let's go back out. Grab all my stuff back. Where are we? Here we are. And we want to equip that all back on. Take our sword. Oh. Take our axe. Take our hatchet. That's pretty much it. Now, when killing an animal, one tip is, yes, use a sword whilst fighting. Next, once the animal's dead, switch weapons to like an axe if you haven't unlocked a skinning tool yet. And the axe is going to help you in the case of killing a deer, which I will show you now, it will skin the animal. So let's get that example going. With deer you want to be real quick because they can run away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And come on, yeah, got him. Switch to their hatchet and start skinning. There we go. As you can see, we got some hide out of that. So that is what you want for your harder leather. And also, whilst playing, using a axe on a hatchet on a tree is good to cut it down. It will give you twigs and wood. But if you switch to a pickaxe, it will give you wood and bark. So the more you know. Here we go. Now, that is my tips on how to get rolling on Conan. So set yourself up a little shack, get yourself leveled up to the point that you feel like you can adventure out, and then start adventuring. So that was just my quick little tip video. Thanks for watching. Here he is. I call him White Wolf. He's obviously not very armored up or looking too great right now in this video, but we'll be back hopefully with more Conan videos, and I hope you enjoy. Well, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you later.
The truth.